Why is Northern Virginia so expensive? I think that there are a couple of reasons why Northern Virginia is so expensive. One, the government. The government employs so many people in this region, and it also, because it employs so many people, there are so many opportunities for other businesses that are kind of ancillary businesses that kind of feed off of the government.
That service the government, yes.
Exactly.
And then your next point was that we have top tier private school, public schools throughout Northern Virginia. We have highly rated public schools, and that is a byproduct of the caliber of people who already live here. We have a high concentration of people with advanced degrees. Arlington is the single most educated county in the country. It has the most number of people with master's degrees and PhDs. And so when you have people who are highly educated, then then education tends to be a push.
Right. It's a priority for their family. So if you think about like the caliber of people who live in this region, they are going to produce offspring who are also going to be more inclined to appreciate education. And I think a lot of people who are not from Northern Virginia don't know how large Northern Virginia really is. So a lot of the area, it's a giant suburb, but it's probably one of the largest suburbs you've ever seen, given the fact that it's not like a master plan community. So
yeah, I mean, so you have to think about when you consider Northern Virginia, it's not just Fairfax County, which in and of itself would be a large city if it was a city. Fairfax County would be the 10th largest city in the country if it were a city. And then you add on Arlington, Loudoun, City of Alexandria, Prince William County, all of which service DC. We're all in, and there's enough housing, or there's enough demand in the DC job market and the DC metro area job market to require all these people.
I would also add, when you go into a normal neighborhood or a normal metropolitan area, you have like these pockets of poverty. You have like this income fluctuation.
We don't see that.
We don't really see that much. And so all of Fairfax County is relatively expensive. All of Arlington is relatively expensive. All of the City of Alexandria is relatively expensive. Loudoun County as well. So when you have so much of the quote unquote the same, there's so many similarities here that make this location very attractive for people to raise their families, or even if you don't have a family, just to continue on in your career, because there's a lot to do up here as well. So I think that adds to it. And lastly, I would say that we have very low crime, in my opinion. Being able to live in an area where you don't have to be concerned about your well-being or your personal items.
Low violent crime because we're not inside the city limits. And so that definitely gives people peace of mind. Crime isn't non-existent, but it is significantly lower than living in the city while still having access to the amenities of the city.
Excellent.